Hey, ladies and gents, it's Drew, also known as Random Planet, feeling incredibly under the weather, but still bringing you your daily spoopage here on Random Scary Games. Today we have it's a little bit of an odd one. We have a game called Therapy with Dr. Albert Krueger on Itch.io, and it's an odd one. It's an odd one to see, at least. Looks like it. It almost looks like it might be a Rorschach test type thing, but we'll figure it out. It was underneath the horror tab on Itch.io, so we will go ahead and try it out. Oh, dear Lord. That... You sure we want me to speak this link? Is this voice acted? As required by G2 law, we must inform the therapy may contain aspects that are certain patients, but that there's no way that you can read it. Alright, so Therapy with Dr. Albert Krueger. About. Developed other contributors, used libraries, sound effects. Okay, so that's all it is. Okay. Alright, we're gonna get right into it. This was apparently back in 2021. It came out a while ago, but it's trending towards near the top of the Itch.io tab, so interesting to find out. Let's go ahead. Lee? Taylor Lee? Apparently it's not voice acted. I thought that it was. Dr. Krueger is waiting for you at room 1015. Huh? Wait a second. Where the hell am I? Did she just get teleported there? Welcome to the Krueger Health Solutions Corporation. Oh dear Lord, the music. We'll turn that down a little bit here. Just because that is, holy hell. Super loud. Super loud. And it's kind of like, it's NES style music, but it's super duper loud. Welcome to Krueger Health Solutions Corporation. We are the largest leading multi-specialty medical groups in G2 district. Oh. Delivering more than 1 million patient visits each year. Why is the therapist trying to sell you on that? I am Dr. Albert Gerald Krueger, and I will be in charge of your dream therapy today. Oh. What? I'm not sick. And what the hell is dream therapy? I'm sorry, I can't do this. We're gonna turn this way down. That is so much. I love NES music, but when it gets like super duper high pitched, it causes headaches. So we'll leave it on the background where you can hear it just a little bit, but it won't be defining to the gameplay here. What the hell is dream therapy? That sounds like such a scam. It kind of does. Do not be afraid, my child. I'll have you know that I'm a professional, and I have a PhD in marine biology. One of these things just doesn't belong here. Do I look like a dolphin to you? Before we start our session, I'd like to go over your basic information. What is your name, my child? Taylor Lee. Age? 19. Pronouns? They, them. What brings you here today, and what are your symptoms? I said I'm not sick. Very well. Why don't we start with a sanity check? Do you enjoy math, Taylor? Not particularly. Perfect. Then let's start with some simple math. The rule is very simple. I'll show you a question. and you need to choose the correct answer from the 4 cards I provide you. Does that sound good? Whatever. Alright, let's get started. Dear Lord, 4 minus 3 equals 2, of course. You must be talented at something else. Oh my god, did I really... Did I really press 2? It's 1. Okay, I'm an idiot. I really wasn't paying attention. Like, I'm creeped out by the fact that he's sitting down in this corner here. It's throwing me off. Right, obviously 6 minus 3 is 3. Très bien. Très bien. Which is French. We're very good. 5 times 3 is 15, of course. Magnificent. 8 divided by 8 is 1. I can't believe it. Nicely done. 4 plus 5 is 9. Okay, excellent job. 9 plus 1 is 10. Impressive. 4 plus 6 is 10. Excellent job. 3 minus 3 is 0. Magnificent. Are we just going to keep on doing this? 15. Oh. Oops, my apologies. That was a bloody 8. What the hell? Was that blood? No, it wasn't. That most definitely was. No, it wasn't. Now, Taylor, time is ticking. Focus on your question first. 4 times 2 equals 8. Impressive. You got most of them right. Nice, good job. Only because I really wasn't paying attention to the first one. Come on now, that's basic math. You must have used a lot of brain salts for those math questions. Oh, you mean those, like, first grade math questions? Why don't we take a little short break? Sure? Let me turn up the music. No, please don't. Wait, did they... So it's... The music is meant to mess with you because they know it's loud and they're turning it up even louder. Much better. So, how's it going? Huh? How are you feeling? Everything alright? I'm a bit confused, but otherwise all good. How's school? Pretty much the same. You a college student? Yeah. Sweet. Are you from G2? Yeah, been living here my whole life. What about you? You from around here as well? Yes, I was born in G2. However, I did not attend college here. I went to G4 for my post-secondary education. I have no idea where G4, G2 means. So, I'm sorry if this is some reference to something like in the EU or something like that. I'm not 100% sure what this means. Oh, RMU? Yes. That's a pretty dope school. Thank you. So is he trying to do the relate thing with her? You're supposed to be clicking around. Alright, break's over. Let's move on to the next section of our therapy, shall we? Okay. For this section, we're going to play a game. A very classic one. It's called the shell game. Oh god. Have you heard of that? Yeah, I have. I freaking hate shell games. I really hate them, especially in something like this. They're going to... Why does that look like a gigantic dookie in front of him? Like, the way that his hands are, it almost looks like a pink and brown, like, grayish dookie sitting right in front of him. I just realized that. It's more commonly known as cups and balls. No, it really isn't? Oh, that. I suck at that game. Agreed. Why don't we give it a try? What do you think? Whatever you say. Love the enthusiasm. Oh, dear Lord. Those are red solo cups. As you can see here, we have 3 cups over here. And in one of them, I will be placing a... Pardon me. It seems we don't have any balls here. Why do I have a feeling this is like an inside joke? Because of the fact that they use they, them. That he is going to say that he doesn't. I don't know. This game is kind of throwing me off a little bit. Let me go get one. Oh, the music went away with him. Just what in the hell is going on? What the was that? Did he just... Oh! I appreciate it very much. Your patience, that is. You just matrixed back into the room and now one of the pictures has changed. The hell happened out there? Did you hear that? Hear what? The scream! What scream? This is a waste of time. Shall we proceed with the therapy? As you can see, I have 3 cups over here. Oh, in one of them I will be placing a ball underneath of it. It's an eyeball! No wonder a person screamed. Oh, did he take the freaking poor, secretary's eye? The fuck, man? That's not a ball. That's a friggin' eyeball. An eyeball is a ball. It is a spear. You know how that's not what I meant. Where the hell did you get it? It was donated by a former patient. Why would you use that for cups and balls? It is messed up. Actually, according to the contract, we are free to use whatever we want. Jeez fucking Christ. Any other inquiries? As you know, the faster we finish this section, the sooner I can put it back. Okay. Jesus Christ. Anyways, I will be shifting these 3 cups around. And you will tell me which one you think has the ball. Is that clear? Yes, I know how the game works. I want to say it's the right one. Oh. You must be talented at something else. I'm not very good at cups and balls. Alright, that is ridiculous. That was purely a guess. Good job, Taylor. You managed to spot most of them. Where did this come from? I don't recall this being there. Let's take another break, shall we? I don't even recall the lamp being there. Sure. Awesome. Let me turn up the music. Dude! Pardon me. Albert Krueger speaking. How may I help you? Is that so? Well, I'm sure you're competent enough to come up with a plan. Am I correct? No, William. We're not killing it. I prefer that we come up with a plan before resolving into that. Now, please excuse me. I'm with a patient at the moment. Sorry about that. Is everything okay? That sounds pretty serious. Thank you for your concern, Taylor. I appreciate it very much. However, there's no need to be worried. I'll have you know that our team is extremely well trained. Okay, that's good to know. By the way, your last name is Krueger, right? That is correct. Just kind of curious, does that mean you're the CEO? Good catch, Taylor. Yes, I'm indeed the CEO of Krueger Corporation. In fact, my father was the one who created this company. All I did was simply take over after his death. Is that why you came back from G4? To take over your family's business? Yes, it is part of my destiny. I see. But damn, I gotta say, I'm pretty honored to receive therapy from the CEO himself. Why are you like her whole narrative is changing? Now, was that a narrative change because she trusts him, or a narrative change because she's a gold digger who sees, oh, this is the owner of the company, I better schmooze in? You know, whatever it might be. You're too kind, Taylor. I'm just simply doing what I enjoy doing. And not to mention, I enjoy talking to you very much. Oh, God. I'm glad. So that's enough time for a short break. Shall we move on to the next section? Sure. This section is a bit different. It's not a game or a test, but a way for me to get to know you better. Or as I usually like to call it, the gateway to your heart. Oh! This took a turn. This took a massive turn. The gateway to my heart? Yes. It'll be asking you a series of questions, and I'd like you to answer them honestly. Huh? What kind of questions? All kinds of questions. Questions that are about you. Nah, I'll pass. It is an integral part of the therapy. Abstaining is not an option. This ain't fair, you know. I didn't sign up for any of this. Why do I have to tell you anything about me? Well, I guess I can modify this part a little bit. How about each time you tell me something about you, I'll tell you something about me in return? That's tempting. But how do I know if you're lying or not? Trust is extremely important between a patient and their therapist. It is essential for the work to go as far as it needs to. From my understanding, this is something that some therapists, not all, obviously, but some therapists will use as a technique or a tool with a patient that is unwilling to work with them, especially like younger children. You know, like a young teenager that won't open up at all. They'll tell them something about themselves to be able to get them to open up. It's kind of a monkey see, monkey do type thing. Except for, obviously, with an older child, it's more of just a, hey, this is how you trust me type thing. Okay, fine, whatever. Excellent. However, I do have one request. You'll have to close your eyes for this section. Oh, this is creepy. And no matter what happens, you can't open your eyes until I tell you to do so. Can I trust you on that? Oh, God. Like this? Yes. Perfect. My first question is, what was it like growing up in your family? Nothing extraordinary. 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 My parents were immigrants who came to G2 to seek opportunities. I had 2 siblings, and we used to live under the same roof with our parents. Sometimes it gets a little annoying, but as the whole, it was a pretty happy experience. What about you? What was your family like? It was also quite ordinary. Both of my parents were well-known figures in the medical field. They were very busy people. However, that's what's different from you is I was the only child. I see. Should I open my eyes? Yes? Why did you open your eyes, Taylor? My second question is, how connected do you feel to the people around you? Well, I'm not very popular in schools, but I do have a few good friends that I feel deeply connected to. And my family as well. We understand and respect each other very well. That's good. It is important to have friends and families that support you. Well, what about you? Do you feel connected to people around you? Of course. I feel deeply connected to all of my patients. They all mean a lot to me. Oh, is that a kitty? I guess that's very professional of you. What the hell were all these noises? Should I open my eyes? Yes. Is there anything wrong, Taylor? I don't see anything. No, nothing. Next question. If you could wave a magic wand, what positive changes would you make happen in your life? That's a tough one. There's really nothing I'd like to change. I like everything the way it is right now. Interesting response. It is always important to appreciate what you have at hand. Well, let's hear yours. What would you like to change? Before we get into this, I know one massive thing I would like to change, and that would be to know that the multiple sclerosis was coming so we could start treating it beforehand, especially since the pandemic set everything well back and treatments couldn't happen because infusion centers weren't open and it caused the disease to progress much quicker. That I would love to be able to do, because then I would still be able to, function as a normal society member. I would still be able to work. I wouldn't be fully disabled. I wouldn't, a lot of things would change. A lot of things would change. But at the same time, I've kind of come to grips with that. And even though it's taken away my ability to be able to do some things, it's made me a better dad. Well, I guess the world could have less mediocre people. What the fuck? So if he had a magic wand, he would basically Thanos snap all the ordinary people. Excuse me? I'm just joking. I love my life and everything about it. There's nothing that needs to be changed. Something feels off. What is this weird guitar sound? Should I open my eyes? Yes. The f was that? Taylor, I would kindly ask you to refrain from using such words. No, but what the actual was that thing? I unfortunately have no clue to what you're referring to. It seems to me that you could be overstressed and just have some form of hallucination. No, I swear to God. Do me a favor, will you, Taylor? Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. You just can't with this dude, huh? Last question. Have you ever had the urge to murder someone in your life? Or maybe dismember them in the piece? Alright, so I've said many, many times that more terrifying than a jump scare or a visual is audio. There was something breathing in my ear and moving around. And make them into a hamburger? Excuse me? Of course not. This is messed up. Have you? I personally take a dislike to hamburgers, so no. That's not... I'm feeling really uneasy. Should I open my eyes? Yes! What did I say about audio? And then all of a sudden it did that. And that was Itchy and frickin' Scratchy from The Simpsons. My apologies, Taylor. I was getting too excited to hear your answers. That I came a bit too close. That was him? I wouldn't call that a bit too close, but whatever. Should we take another short break? Let me make the music louder. So, I'm going to test something here real quick. Considering this goes back up in level. That's how loud it is if you leave it all the way up. It is so loud. Is the person singing, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best? Do you hear that?
show me your way.
My apologies for such an unpleasant experience, Taylor. Now, if you'd excuse me, I will go handle that. Why don't you watch some videos at the meantime? Okay. I'll put on some videos. Albert? Yes. Please don't kill him. Of course I won't. Who do you think I am? I'll be back soon. As I said, this is frickin' itchy and scratchy. Krueger Corporation.
It's something many of us deal with on a daily basis, yet something few seem to have mastery over. That's why we're working hard at Krueger, developing life-changing treatments and revolutionary dream therapy,
Allowing us to patients to tackle their stress. It says the world has not seen before. So what are you waiting for? In today's increasingly difficult market, what better way to invest in yourself? Krueger Corporation. So the audio was way down on that. So apparently the audio is tied into the music, which is really weird. What the hell? Hello again, Taylor. I hope you enjoyed the video. That was, a pretty cool commercial? Thank you. In fact, it is a bit out of date. I plan to update it soon. I see. Did things get resolved with, that dude? Yes, resolved. Peacefully. That's good. Are we ready for the next round of therapy? Yes. Sure. No, I'm not. This section is going to be a lot more fun than the previous ones. Have you by any chance heard of the Rorschach test? Oh my god! We are getting the Rorschach test. Okay. I thought that there might have been something to do with the Rorschach test. Because this seemed like it's a very ink-blotty style of art, so I figured the Rorschach test was going to pop up. The Rorschach test? Isn't that the thing where they show you a picture and ask you what you see? That is correct. It is a psychological test developed in 1921 to measure underlying thought disorder and examine a person's personality characteristics and emotional functioning. So for this section, I will be showing you a series of ink blots, and you will tell me what you see in them. Is that clear? Yeah, crystal clear. Alright, here we go. A butterfly bat, a moth robot, or... Oh, a butterfly, a moth, a rug, a bat, a robot, a rabbit. Looks like a skull. I don't see a moth. It looks like look at this. The teeth, the nose, it looks like a skull. It definitely doesn't look like a rug. It doesn't look like a moth. I mean, I guess the closest otherwise would be a bat, but it looks like a skull. Quite the imagination. Butterfly leaf human. I mean, I guess it could be two. Wait. Is that Cthulhu? Like, look at this. There's the eyes. There's the... The only thing I can really see is, like, two elephants here, too. I could see two humans. We'll say elephant. Really cool. Leaf, rug, crab, human, bear, elephant. I have no clue. We're just gonna say crab. Okay. Oh. Base? No. Well, let's just say lobster here. Really cool. See, this is the one that I would say is a face, because that's Look at this, the facial features. There's like the beard, mustache, wacky hair. Are they gonna say this is a butterfly? Huh, okay. Wait a second. So look at this. There's blood coming out of it. And bat says murder. Robot says dismemberment. Lobster says psycho. Moth says corpse. Bear says death. And rabbit says butchery. This person is clearly smiling with crazy eyes. They are a psycho. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Corpse death. Regret dismemberment. Bloodshed. Murder. This person does not look like, if they were frowning, I would say regret with the eyes. I want to say they're dead. Because it looks like they got busted up and their teeth are missing, so let's say corpse. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Dismemberment, regret, suffer, corpse, psycho, bloodshed. I will say suffer for this one because they're crying. Really cool. Okay, I don't like this one. Slaughter, psycho, corpse, dismemberment, suffer. This one's murder. Is that what you see? Good job, Taylor. That was incredibly fascinating. Well done, Taylor. Well done. I am so proud of you. I hate to say this, but we're getting close to the end of our therapy. I just want to say, I really enjoyed speaking with you. I really appreciate that you chose Krueger Corporation. I actually didn't, but no worries. It was also a very, interesting session for me. I'm glad you enjoyed it as well. That means a lot to me. May I ask what your favorite section of the therapy? Favorite section? They're all pretty cool, I guess. You're too kind, Taylor. I'm glad to hear that. You mind filling out this post-therapy survey for me? That would mean a lot to me. Sure. Did you like the overall experience of the therapy? No. Oh my god! Would you rate your therapist? No. Of course. It's gonna force you to be able to say yes. Thanks a lot. That was a big help. Before I let you go, can I have one last request? Sure. What is it? Will you sacrifice yourself for the G2 district? Huh? We need you. We're building a better future of G2 district. We need you to feed the hungry people of G2 district. He's a freaking, therapy is people. This is Soylent Green. G2 is our hometown. We need to make G2 better. What do you mean feed the hungry people? My children have been starving. They'll be grateful to you. I knew that was coming. Thank you for your contribution to the G2 district. Oh, Taylor's dead. Bad ending. Ending 1 of 3. Okay, well, that was a decent amount of time. That is very, very interesting. We're gonna go ahead and cut it off there, though. However, because this would be like almost 2 hours if I tried to look for all 3 endings. If you guys would like to be able to find the endings for yourself, I will leave a link down in the description and the pinned comment below. Very, very interesting game, and yeah, that kind of messed with me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, that is something else. Thank you for making that game. Oh, yo, oh my God, that's her. that's Taylor. Good to see that you're doing fine. As you can see, I'm very fucked. What a waste. They didn't even finish my intestines. But that's okay. This does not need to happen to you. The thing is, Albert seems to be using dream therapy as a way to find certain type of people. So maybe, get all the questions right? Be as obedient as possible, don't question him? Maybe that way you can save yourself from getting the same fate as I do. Why don't you go ahead and find out? Alright. Once again, this is Therapy with Dr. Albert Krueger. If you guys enjoyed the content, once again, I will leave a link down in the pinned comment and the description below. Make sure to be able to try it out for yourself. There are 3 endings. We only got the one, but that one took almost 40 minutes to be able to do. So we're going to go ahead and say, hey, you know, we'll let you guys figure out the rest of them. Maybe I'll come back to this again some other day. We'll see. We'll see. All right. If you guys enjoyed the content, make sure to hit that like button. It does help the channel out quite a bit. This is throwing me off quite a bit. Make sure to be able to ring that notification bell as well, and subscribe. It does help out with the algorithm for the channel as well. Just remember, during these tough times, please remember, you, your friends, your family, and your loved ones, please stay safe out there. Don't get caught up with any Dr. Albert Kruegers who are going to eat everything but your intestines. They have their reasons, I guess. But please stay safe out there. We will see you guys again in the next Spooky Games video. Bye-bye for now.